Hello, my name is Wiidaaseh Chijiinweh Shawana. I am here on behalf of Create to Learn, taking it global and imagineNATIVE to teach you how to use Ableton Live Intro, the version that I use. I'm going to teach you a little bit of music production. I'm going to teach you a little bit of how to record vocals, what equipment to use, like overall. I am also going to run you through the instruments that they offer you. I am going to introduce you to a third-party site that provides different samples and sounds and things that can really help you push your production a little more up, just because the instruments that they offer inside Ableton aren't that wide, and you get a much wider variety through a third-party site like the one I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you how to put the beat together. I'm going to show you my process. Like I mentioned before, I'm going to talk a little bit about the equipment I use, my microphone, my interface. We'll get into that later. Levels, recording vocals, and how to watch those and maintain those and making sure that you have the best quality sound. Finally, I'm going to go through some adding effects, some EQing, compression, saturation, reverb, delay, very basic things. A lot of those things, they go into more complex territory, and you can learn about those. I'm just going to show you some very basic fundamentals of Ableton. And then finally, I'm just going to show you how to go through your mix, fine-tuning, and exporting, and where to upload your songs if you wanted to upload them, different distribution sites that I use. So yeah, let's just get right into it with getting Ableton. So obviously just go straight to ableton.com. The version we're going to be using is live. So you'll go here right on the site, what's new, and they'll go through. There are 3 different types of Ableton Live. The one that I'm going to be talking to you about today's intro, that's just because it's the one I have, and it's also the least expensive. The standard gets a little more expensive, and the suite is obviously the most expensive. And there's a very good reason for these prices. So as you can see here, the key features, they if you just read through all of these on your own, obviously I'll include the link in the description of the video. It shows you what you get. So for us, we're just going to have 16 audio and MIDI tracks, and you'll see what I mean once we jump into Ableton. A lot of this stuff we don't really need to focus on right now. Sounds, so it gives you a lot of different sounds. It includes like instruments and all this good stuff, piano, grand piano, and obviously you can see as you get from standard to suite, from intro, you get a whole lot more things that they offer you. Software instruments as well. It goes from 4 to 5 to 15, so obviously a big leap. The audio effects. 21 in my opinion is pretty good. Honestly wish there was a few more in there, but for the purposes of today it's going to work just fine. 55 audio effects with suite, 34 with the standard, and then the MIDI effects, and we will get a little bit into that later. Anyway, so let's just jump right into Ableton Live Intro. So this is what you see when you first open the program. This is sort of like a live version. We want to go into what's called the arrangement version, just because I'm going to be teaching how to produce in that particular setting. We're not so much going to focus on this one, though I will show you a little bit if I have some time. So to quickly switch over to arrangement, just one button, you just press the tab, and here you are in the arrangement version. As you can see, we have 2 MIDI tracks here, 2 audio tracks. Just going over some very basic buttons. When you first open, creating a new live set is right up here. We can just pop one open. Same deal. We press tab, and here we are back in the arrangement. We'll get more into like saving. So if we want to save this just to create the file right now, make sure that you have a specific file. My computer created one for me. Just make sure that you have your own for file management purposes. We'll just call this file the create to learn, and then we'll save it, and then boom. So now we have that file, and we can access it whenever we want once we close Ableton, and it's as easy as saving once we add some more things into here. Moving on to a couple things up here. This is obviously just play, pause. This button's record. We'll get more into the record button as we start doing some MIDI recording and recording of vocals. Here's a little loop button, so if you have a piece of music that you want to loop over and over as you're trying to fine tune it, it's right there. It's very easily and accessible. Options, this is going to be important as well, especially this preferences right here once we get into the equipment that we're going to be using. But as of right now, that is all we're going to get into. I will see you in the next video.